The first time that I met Terry, or actually had a long conversation with him, was we were doing a transaction. We were working on buying a house, I was, for a client. And I'd sent in the offer, and it was a little bit shy of what the asking price was. We'd asked for closing costs, things like that. And so Terry called later on that day, or it might have been the next day. And his question was, is this the best you can do? So I wanted to win from my client, and so I told him his story. And here's what it was. It was, we really like the house, but we're almost to the very top of what we qualify for. And beyond that, there's a couple of houses that are a little more financially friendly for my buyer. So if you can find out if this will work for your seller kind of quick, because we'd like to move on these other houses if that was possible, so we can get those. And he came back and we got the deal. Well, the truth is, she qualified for a lot more, and there were no other houses. I just wanted to win that. And the reason I tell you the story was when we got done with the transaction, he said, "So, when are you going to come work with me?" And what struck me about that was he didn't say, "When are you going to come work for me?" It was, "When are you going to come work with me?" Well, to go back into a company where there's splits was difficult for me. So I kept thinking about it, and I had a conversation with Terry, and this is really what I ended up with. Initially, I focused on what it was that I was going to be losing. So from the old company, if I sold 10 houses or 15 houses and got 100%, what does that mean if I work for Terry, get a little bit less, but sell 30 or 50 houses? So it came down to, it's all about the net. It's all about the net. And that's what's happened. I've sold homes in large numbers since I've been with him. If you want to learn about marketing and postcards, you can go ask Kelly. If you want to learn about photographs and different things like that and how to take best pictures, you can go talk to Maddie. When I have 8 or 9 or 10 closings during the month, which doesn't happen every month, but it does happen, and when that happens, we've got the back office staff that's just saved my life any number of times. That gets overwhelming for a single person like me in the business. So to have that back office is the best thing that's ever happened. At the DeSelms Team, these guys are my family. They really are. I feel like they have my back, and I certainly have their back. So it was the best decision that I ever made, and the sky is the limit. You're in an environment where you're with high producers, but that doesn't mean you have to. If you're comfortable with selling a certain number of houses, there's no competition there. But if you want to be a high producer, you can go ask Terry how to do that. You can ask other agents how to do that. It's the best place to grow at a pace that you want to grow that I ever could have imagined. And bottom line is, I ain't leaving.